Oh What you see today is a resolve of not just a few people or a minority. But yesterday, if you were in Accra, you saw that it was a resolve of a people, of a tribe, of a clan, of a grouping and a nation. A state has made a statement. This resolve shall not be disturbed. This resolve shall not be perturbed. This resolve shall not be threatened. We are who we are. We are sons of the soil. Our forefathers bled. And thanks to them alone, we are here today. I'm here to fulfill the mandate of my fathers. Nobody will decide who becomes Gamanche apart from the Ga Paramount Stu Jasiche, Dr. Nita Takwe II, and his Ga Jasi Council. The Sakuma Wolomo, that's rights for the Gamanche, but he does not install a Gamanche. What I want you to understand this day, we are not joking. You see, Ga and Accra has serious problems. We need serious people to solve these problems. There are children who are several ages who cannot read and write. There are youth that needs entrepreneurial skill. Right now, the government's agenda is the one district, one factory system they want to run, which they have started. If our youth are not skillfully employed or have employable skills, how can they be employed? Why are you using the little things to divide us when there is so much that is a beauty around the Ga man, the Ga woman, the Ga child? Our reign is complete. No law in the land will determine who is Gamanche. We are sons of the soil. An agenda for the Ga girl child. There is FAS, there is cholera, there are several communicable diseases that are affecting our communities, and you sing and talk about the Gazette that was acquired fraudulently. Yes. We appeal to the authorities. Appeal to the authorities to reverse that action, because we have resolved that we are not afraid. We are not. We are not afraid. Politics will not be brought into this reign. I wasn't installed by politics. It is because people saw that the 2014 ruling which declared the gas stool vacant must be enforced, and that was what was enforced. We didn't break the stool house like they did, but we asked them for the keys and they gave it to us willingly, not under duress, not with a gun. I'm grateful, members of the press. There are two things that I want to ask our president, President Nana Akufo-Addo. And this is it, that he has a social contract with the Ga people, and this social contract must be adhered to. What is a social contract? Oh, yeah. We want to unite the Ga state. By the year 2020, the Ga state will be united, and our resolve will be positive, because by 2020 we should be one of the biggest enterprises on the African continent. Yes. I am done, because that Ga child in Abola, that Ga child in Sempe, that Ga child in Asne, that Ga child in Ga will have a future with me. I will make sure that that child can read and write before he or she is 5 years.
This Friday on the Roots of Africa program, we will be interviewing His Royal Majesty King Teiko II of Ghana.
I am done, because that Ga child in Abola, that Ga child in Sempe, that Ga child in Asne, that Ga child in Ga will have a future with me.
On Star Radio TV at 3 p.m. GMT time and 6 p.m. East Africa time. And on Raya TV, we will be having an exciting episode of the Kings and Queens of Ghana, presented by Her Royal Majesty, Nana Saki the First. Welcome and enjoy the show on Raya TV at 7:30 East Africa time and 4:30 GMT time.
All right. Time check from our studio says exactly 9 minutes per the hour of 3. In Ghana, it's 9 minutes per the hour of 2. I welcome you to another edition of Roots of Africa, brought to you by the kind courtesy of Ida International. My name is Frank David, and I'm going to be leading the talk today. We're going to be asking the relevant questions today. You heard our video from the king himself. He set up a vision, and we're going to be looking at what he's doing. We're also going to be learning about the people of Ghana. A very key and a major tribe in Ghana. Music at the background. Some local music from the Ghana people. This program comes your way every Friday at 3 p.m. We'd like to say big thank you to all our sponsors. Equity Bank all the way in Uganda. Our Social Right TV. Mr. Ashley of Barnes Insurance. We say thank you very much for your support for this program and for Ida International. To our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, the president of the six regions, all the way in the Americans, our brothers and sisters in Panama, we say thank you very much for your continued support for this program. Roots of Africa is here to actually educate us about what our fourth grandfathers, our culture, our tradition, our kings and queens. And this month of May is actually dedicated to looking at the kings, the queens that hail from Africa. Last week, Ambassador, in my absence, Ambassador was able to host one of the influential kings on the African continent. And I think you enjoyed that program. If you didn't, please go to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, or you can check our podcast and re-listen to that program again. And next week we're going to be having another fantastic king. Today, however, we have all the way from Ghana, His Royal Majesty King Tackie Teiko Tsuru the second, the Mantse. He's going to be our guest today. Just give us a few minutes whilst we take some music from the Ghana people. And when we return, I'll have with me His Royal Majesty, who is going to educate us about the people he leads, about his vision for his people, and crucially, about the atonement journey that is coming on very shortly to the Americans, to link up with the people who see Africa as their home, but Africans have not done enough to network with them. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Enjoy the music, and I'll be right back. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That is Star Radio UK, and you are listening to Roots of Africa program with myself, Frank Davis. Yeah.
What you see today is a resolve of not just a few people or a minority.
right, we'd like to apologize for the late start of the program. We're just trying to establish the feed. The king is ready, but just give us a minute. Just give us a minute. The king will be with us. Just give us a minute. Enjoy the music. We'll be right back. Welcome once again to the Roots of Africa. I know today we have a lot to tell you, and the king has promised. He has a lot to tell both about his people and what he's doing, and about Ghana as well. And again, the journey of atonement that will be taking place pretty shortly. This program is brought to you, courtesy of Ido International, and we'd like to once again thank our sponsors, Equity Bank all the way Uganda, Bounce Insurance, Ashley and his team. We say a big thank you, and we also want to say a big thank you to our brothers and sisters all the way in Eastern Africa who have been very supportive of this program. Paul himself will say thank you very much. Enjoy the music. We'll be right back with the king. All right, whilst we await the king himself, let me just tell a little bit about his background. I think that will do justice, so that when he comes, we can speed up the process. His Majesty King Tackie Teiko Tsuru II is the king of the Gan people in Ghana. He is a passionate and result-oriented leader with a strong record of success, entrepreneurial, and strategic management. Dr. Ne Tackie, private name, was born in August 1971. He was installed as the paramount chief of the Ghana state in October 2017. He is married with 2 beautiful children. He holds a PhD in philosophy and leadership from California University. He has a master's degree in business administration, MBA, and an MBA in strategic management and consultant from University of Science and Technology, Ghana. He has several professional international accreditation to his name from different professional bodies in different fields. In 2012, he was a running mate for an independent presidential candidate, Mr. Jacob Osei Yeboah. Apart from his royal duties, he is a local partner for Tokowa Consult local partners to contract Brazil undertaking redevelopment projects on the Kumasi Central Market. He actually founded, he's part of Artisanal Mining Limited, a small-scale mining company with concessions in Biani and a part of other regions, Western region mainly. He's also a publicity director for the Country Development Contracts Limited. He is a director and a marketing advisor of African Motions Corporation as well. founder and director of K Clean Enterprise Limited. His Majesty King is also a man of many talents. He owns a media production company, Keda Production Limited. He has played a significant role in modeling the youth into productivity after gaining a wealth of experience as a researcher for Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. That's the man we're going to be speaking to, and I know you cannot wait to hear from him. He's almost ready, we are told. He has other royal engagements, and but he's promised to make himself available to us. Let me give you a bit background about the people of Ghana, who he represents, the people he leads. The Ghana people are just over 400 plus in number, with a great and beautiful heritage forged out of the solid the soils of Israel, which knew the real cult of the Nile. Several served in the courts of the Pharaoh and learned about the rules of the northern kings. The wool low more. I mean, as a corporate, the king will help us explain about what that the title that they hold, probably a little bit of history when we comes. Then leaders with great valor and foresight led us in search of new land. First in Nigeria, the first settled in Nigeria, then cross over to Ghana, crossing the Volta River, and then finally settled in part of Accra, or where we now call Accra. They are actually the custodians of those lands, and where the capital is situated, they own those lands. We call them the landlords of those lands traditionally. Anyway, that's just a little bit. I don't want to jump the gun before the king himself comes to educate us. So let's continue to listen to music, a little bit of Ghana music, and the king will help us in interpreting some of those songs and the meaning, what it stands for. We'll be right back. let's bear with us and enjoy the music. We're still waiting to be joined by the king. We're still waiting to be joined by King Teiko. Bear with us. We'll be right back. All right. Finally, I think we are home. We are home and dry. Sometimes things happen, and happens to be one of those days where we have a very an issue with the connection. So call it that way. But I can promise you, like we promised, the king is now with us. His Royal Majesty himself is seated, and I shall surely and very shortly introduce him for him to tell us a little bit about himself, and we go ahead with our deliberations and our discussions. Let me check and see if I can get his line. His Royal Majesty, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
We are doing very, very good. Thank you very much for actually gracing this occasion for us. I was explaining to listeners we had a bit of technical challenges from the beginning, but thank God for your patience, and you are here with us now. His Royal Majesty, please just tell us a little bit about yourself. Because of time, we're going to move quite fast on this.
Yes. So my name is King Tackie Tsuru II. I have been installed as the Mantse. The Mantse is a line of kings that take over the Ga stew. And we have had this for centuries. Over the Ga dynasty has existed for so long. From 1610, we started installing Ga Mantse. I want to take this opportunity to also say a hello and greetings. Mihanya Manye, those in the diaspora who are listening to this program, I want to thank everybody for even making time to be tuned in to your program. I want to thank all your viewers and say you're all welcome to this great opportunity to have me speak with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Royal Majesty King Tackie Teiko Tsuru the second. I hope I got the name right, the king. Right.
King Tackie Teiko Tsuru the second.
Okay, good. Let's go straight to the purpose of this program, which is to know a little bit about the people you lead, that's the Ga people, and also to deliberate on our brothers and sisters back in the diaspora, and especially the Caribbeans and the Americans, and the good work that you people are doing to try and embark on that journey of atonement to try and reconnect with our people. Now, tell us a little bit about your background before we get into those things. I mean, I've read a bit about your biography, but I mean, you just did not become a king out of the blue. You started from somewhere, and I understand is in 2017 you were installed as the king of the great people of Ga. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Like I said, I have an MBA in strategic management and consulting. I have an MBA in international business from the Mantse School of Business. I have also a doctorate from the University of California. I have made a point that the Ga state needs to revive, it needs to rise again. And on the soils of my fathers, I have sworn an oath that it has to rise again. And how does it rise? What is my vision? Why am I here? That child that has been born in Bukom, that child that has been born in Bethe, that child that has been born in Sempe, that child that has been born in Abola and Asne, that child must thrive. I see this child as an endangered species who in 10 years will lose his or her livelihood. So that is my focus, the children. We are building a system where the child, the girl child especially, her enrollment in school equals that of boys in their transition, in their retention, in their achievement, and in their completion. We are looking at children who will drop out between JHS and SHS in the transition, and build vocational schools for them, training schools where they can learn some entrepreneurship, build skill, build value, and then we look for startups for them. Recently, we are doing something like this with the NBSSI, and they have given several people startups to build businesses or to run their businesses or rekindle their businesses. We are looking at the situation of teenage pregnancy, which is prevalent in our communities. We are looking to discourage it and build a system, build platforms where Ghana girls would be engaged in other things than they engage in profitably, to make sure that they are discouraged from any kind of relationship with the opposite sex until it's time. We are looking at also the fetal alcohol syndrome, which is in our communities, very prevalent in our communities. Most girls, when at 13, 14, 15 are pregnant, use several substances, and this affects the brain development of the child they have in there. When the child is born, this child cannot retain memory. This child cannot feel anything. And this is a recipe for disaster. Looking at all these things, we have decided that Ghana Girl Child Project must be our prime purpose for this reign, and also an educational fund that would also help to bring all children to the level where their talents and who they are brought out properly. My vision is set that this generation must have something to say, and I am that voice that is saying it for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, King. The King, from your submission, everyone can attest to the fact that you are so passionate about your people, development of your people, the future of your people is something that, from your submission, someone can conclude without doubt that it is on your heart. Now, tell us a little bit about your people. I mean, if I arrive in Ghana, for someone who doesn't know, where are the Ghana people located? A little bit about their background, because we're talking about these people, the people you are championing the development for. Where can they be located, and who are they?
The Ghana state actually is in the southern part of Ghana. The Ghana people traveled from Israel, which is their source, through Ife, crossed the Volta, and came to live in presently Ayawaso, and then presently where they are. The Ghana state is in the middle of the earth because we have the equator running through Adnunwa, or the Greenwich Meridian running through Adnunwa. Ghana people are people who speak the Ghana language, dialect. The Ghana language people are also sisters of the Ghana people who also speak a dialect called Dangbe. We are a friendly people, a very progressive people, and very accommodated people. Capital Accra is a city where we are all developing because it has become the eye of Africa. Business here is brisk and can be done properly. We as Ghanaians have accommodated all tribes from Ghana, and like we said, we had a system of assimilation called Ablikuma. We invited all tribes to come and stay with us. Presently, we see that we have issues from that particular assimilation program that was designed by our forefathers, because there is so much pressure on our language, so much pressure on our culture, so much pressure on who we are, so much pressure on our very existence. As a result, what is Ga right now is hardly discernible. We are building structures and systems to keep the Ga state as it is, or as it used to be before. That is why we have programs like Makasi Ga and programs to build a Ga girl child, programs to build the Ga Dangbe education, programs to build infrastructure and development and socioeconomic progress. We have so many programs that we are building to reassert ourselves within the capital city of Ghana. And that is what we are doing now. And I have very able men and women, chiefs and chieftains, who are with me running the sports. Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Royal Majesty. That's well submission, and I can pick up every line that comes. The sense of development, the sense of progress can be seen through the words that are coming from your mouth. Now let me delve a little bit into Idol International. I know, as a matter of fact, the organization stands to promote culture and African culture in particular, and also to promote development and link up with the diaspora to bring investment opportunities into Africa. We know the journey of atonement is coming, and my background research tells me that you are keenly involved in that. Tell us a little bit about how you see the work that Idol International is doing currently, and how do you think it's going to profit the Ghan people, and why you so much keen and involved in this project?
I think the relationship between Idol and the Ghan Kingdom is something that would bring progress, and then also it will interlock the changing of cultures, the exchanging of cultures, the building of the institution of chieftaincy. Currently, kings and queens have very cordial relationships, and we are long gone and past the era of fighting and conquering of, space and people. That is very primitive now. We have moved from the sword to the pen. We have many activities geared at fostering unity and promoting culture and recognition of stirring performance in many areas. One such approach to the Millennium Excellence Award, where 5 paramount chiefs, including my good self, have come together to honor outstanding personalities within our communities and in various sectors of our kingdoms. Obviously, ADU is promoting unity and interrelationship between kings and queens in Africa and the diaspora for positive results we can all admire.
Thank you.
Conquering for more space and for people, very cordial relationships we are looking at, and we hope that this is what will bring the era where our traditions are brought to the bear and is given the respect and the honor that it deserves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ken, and I like that sense of learning from each other, that interrelationship, working together with other kings across the continent. because when you speak to kings, we all have our background, our traditions, but it's good we learn from each other. Now, let me move a little bit because of time. As we speak, the African Union signed 2 years ago, which actually came to effect, the African Common Trade Agreement. The United Nations are running the decade of people, the decade of Africa, a decade for people of African descent. EDO includes its objective at lifting communities from abject poverty, ignorance about their history, and Murad, please guide us as to what critical changes in our attitude and practice do you think the modern generation should basically embrace? If you want to probably advise us some of the changes you would like to see.
I think this critical changes and attitudes, being practiced in most of our regions, demands that respect. The sustainable development goals, programs in Africa aims at, putting communities together and from abject poverty, amongst others. This has been reinforced by, the African continent's free trade areas, which promotes the protocols of free movement of peoples and trade amongst the people everywhere, and countries also as such. The Kigali Declaration also provides a statistic global foundation in the terms of date to the basic decisions that are being made to provide strategic vision and direction to find solution for many challenges. All these agreements and provisions grant us an opportunity to practically trade amongst ourselves as kingdoms. Though this we must appreciate and promote our cultural values, language, unique clothing, food, and cultural practices, adornments and festivals to the world. It is for this reason that we all find interesting a single currency like the Lumi to enhance swift transactions across the 6th region and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our king. A very critical question coming up, which I think, again, you've spoken a little bit about it, but if you help us throw more light about IDO International is organizing a convention in October, and we know a lot of people are going to come all the way. That's, all things because COVID issues allows us. We're going to have kings and queens across the Africa coming to your city, to your country. We're going to have people from the diaspora trooping into that country, and the objective is to showcase and promote our queens, our cultures, and again to attract investment into the continent of Africa. Now let's come to your people, because you spoke about how your vision, you spelled it out, development of your people. What are some of the key strategic investment opportunities that people can zero down on in your area and for your people?
Well, with investment, I think that, like I said, there is a humongous space for investment because, like I said, the RA is ready for any kind of investment in Ghana. Our taxes are low. There is perpetual peace. Even when there are flashpoints within an election or something, is, cleared immediately. So there is no cause for alarm regarding people coming in to have investments. Basically, we are looking at Ada. Ada has a lot of salt, and it will be good if people who are interested in mining salt will come in and partner with our local authorities and get the salt mining process going on. I know that it will be very successful. We're also looking at Sege, which has very long and big land, grassland, where you could do ranching of cattle, and then also set up a dairy product factory in the place. And not only just dairy, but then meat processing. When you come to Dodoa and Samsam and Aden Kotoku, there are land space that could be made into investments for real estate. And I think that most people are looking for space to build accommodation, either for rent or for sale. And these are the places we could have about thousands and thousands of houses, that would be useful, because most of these places or locations have very little development, and with a housing project, that will accommodate more people. It will even take people out of the city center to the outskirts of the city, so that we can decongest the city. So when you talk about investment, it is absolutely the right place to be. Ghana is the right place to be. Accra is the best place to be regarding investment. We're looking at Kokrobite, where the continental shelf is so long that we could have aquaculture of fish and grow fingerlings in the sea, of crab and salmon and shrimps in the sea. These things, if we have investors to partner with local authority or partner with the Ghana state on these particular subjects, I think that we would have a great business or enterprise where we can also employ the folks in the kingdom, and also exchange technology and build a system where kings and queens in Africa and in Edo could come and be a part of. Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Royal Majesty. Let me come with a follow-up question on this investment angle. When you speak to people, especially in the diaspora, one key thing and concern they raise, especially when it comes to Africa, and in this particular case Ghana, on the angle of investment, is the issue of land. A bit of reports about land disputes and other things. I mean, can you reassure, or what message you have that will be reassuring to our potential investors that, look, when they come and go through the right channel, you there to help them, and problems that have been reported are not something that should deter them, especially if they are going to go to the right channel. Aroya.
Yes. Right now we have put together the Gamanche Customary Land Secretariat, which has the operation permit to deal with the Lands Commission. So all land documents, when it's done, all land documents will come through the Gamante Customary Land Secretariat. I'm sure that with that institution, we should be able to regulate land space, and also if there is available land, because some of the problems come because there are people who have defined their land as families to lands. Some have defined it as two lands, and so maybe the right of sale. But right now, when the Mantse customary two lands is instituted, we would have a system where all this land space will be regulated in such a way that it is the Gamante his two land secretariat that will negotiate mostly on behalf of people. And I think that this will stop the double sale of land and all that. The government has also gone ahead to institute a measure, an instrument, where even if a chief is caught double selling land, is grabbed immediately and put behind bar. And this is a big deterrent and also an assurance to you and to all watching us today that we are all in collaboration with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources are building a system where sale of land would not be disputed anymore, because then there are laws, legal laws that are backing it, and because of that it becomes a deterrent for people to engage in double sale and all that. This is what I have to say, that we are ready now to do business with the people in the diaspora. We are ready now to do business with people in the Caribbean. We're ready now to do business with people in Africa, kings and queens in Africa, to set up beautiful enterprises that will help us grow our kingdoms together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My last question, but not the last time, my follow-up. One message you have for members of IDOL International and anyone out there who might not know about this organization, any message for them?
So, you know, it is not easy, the road that we have come over these years.
Yes.
We need a system and a pillar, a plan to rebuild and restore our values, you know. So, Paul, we encourage you that you will always be there to support you. We want to let them understand that things in this life hasn't been the way it should be, if that is what the problem is. And I think that you have to take a step and build faith and pride that you will restore exactly what has to be restored, and you will rebuild what has to be rebuilt. And nothing can stand in your way, because this is your soil and you are the son of your soil. If you are the son of your fathers, then you have to rise and think deep and build a space that will help your people thrive. I always say, the last thing that I'm about to say is that being keen and all is okay, but what is important is that it must yield dividends. It must be so important to you that your service to the nation would build the environment around you, will build the people around you, will inspire the people around you, will bless the people around you.
Ken, we thank you very much for your time. And finally, before you leave us, you made mention of the people of the soil. And I know there are 1,001 people who are Ga people listening to us. Finally, in all humbleness, want to ask you to send a message to your people, and this particular to the Ghana people of Ghana who might be listening to us wherever they might be, and to people who see the Ghana people as their friends, brothers, and especially those in the diaspora, the Caribbeans, who will call Ghana their home when they arrive in Ghana. His Royal Highness, please.
Yo, ni meke name ni hanye umanye mimbi jomo ulu ken hanye efe ni nye yo dromo afa ne hurune teke nye no ni eya nye hoi ano ne ya nye bi ano noni make nye ji game eto ni yeni washe wayi jo ni won yabuko bin ni kenyete sinye bad mosien e ba fe matan ke hawo ewo yeti ashi nyekawa yeti ashi ni nyaha ni woduma wonane no ni bi ni ya no ekobe higbe no shi wo bate shi no momo wo he yemi sumo he nya nyaha ni wo suma wo he eche facho dane abe ni panye fai ma ete shi pon ni won chuma yeri kusun won panye fai ni neke ukadi nefe ebomode ni nyehie hu ya meni nuga ya meni je gameni ni wonye ni wadu ni wofa omane ni wohwe odada no ni gafe anya na hwe na yose akesin oba wono mi won panye fai ye game nye dumashi nye sumanya he kano manyaba.
Thank you very much, His Royal Highness Tackie Teiko Tsuru the second, on behalf of our listeners, on behalf of Idol International, and on behalf of Star Radio. We'd like to say a big thank you for availing yourself to speak to us, to educate us. We've taken a lot in, we've learned a lot, and your passion for development, your passion for the future generation was well spelled out and is there for all of us to see. And the reassurance that you've given to the investors who want to venture into Ghana, putting yourself in, over there, taking the bold step to solve one critical problem, the land tenure issue that confront us and confront investors. Thank you very much. We'd like to say big thank you. We know normally when it's your palace, we need to go through a lot of culture, tradition before we can see you, but you've made yourself available. That shows a renewed kinship that the current royals on Africa continent are having. And I would like to say big thank you, King. Have a blessed evening. To your people who helped in bringing this program to a fruition, we'd like to say a big thank you to them. Thank you, Akin.
Thank you.
So in summer, when you have
right, that was the great king of the people of Ghana in Ghana. His passion for development is something that I think came through very strongly. His focus for the future generation is something that came through very strongly, and I do hope you actually took in a lot. Yes, we apologize for the late start. It was due to a little bit of connection to the palace, but that's okay. We did got to what we needed to get to. But I'd like to say thank you very much. If you do not know about Idol International, please visit www.idolnetwork.org and find out about the organization. Next week we're going to bring you another king from Africa. We're educating ourselves, looking at investment opportunities across the continent of Africa. And if you're listening to us that you say, oh, how can I get involved? How do I take advantage of these opportunities? You can log on the website www.idolnetwork.org and you should be able to get more information. You can also call us Star Radio in the studio over here, or log on to our website www.starradiouk.com. this program hasn't ended. It's ended over here, I mean, so to say, but the Roots of Africa journey continues, and we'll be crossing over very shortly to Uganda on Rai TV, where we'll continue the second phase of the program. On behalf of our team, the production team, and the technical team in the studio, I would like to say thank you very much and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Background.